Hello guys, so if this is your first time coming across this channel, please kindly share, like and subscribe to this page. This is Kaiman Engineering. So today we are going to learn how to install and configure a DY GSM Wi-Fi smart alarm system. Now this is the entire setup. I'm going to walk through with you the accessory that comes with it. So this is our PIR detector. Now this is basically a motion sensor that triggers when there's an intrusion in a certain area. And then this is our panic alarm button. This is purposely just to trigger when you feel threatened or when you panic. This is what you use to trigger the alarm. It's more or less like a remote. And then this is the Wi-Fi GSM alarm panel. So this is the entire panel. This is a smart type. And then this is our door contact. We're also going to install a door contact magnetic device on some of the doors in case you open a certain door that you are not being permitted. The door, with the help of this, will trigger the entire alarm system. And then we also have the outdoor siren. Now this is a wireless outdoor siren that comes with it. So we'll be installing 2 of these and about 6 of the PIR sensors and then about 4 of the magnetic door contacts. And then we have about 4 pieces of the panic button, of which we are going to install today. So this is what we are going to do. I'm going to take you through how to install them and configure them. Thank you. Guys, so we are now going to start with the configuration. I'm going to walk through it with you and explain it further to you on how to configure all of these accessories that comes with the smart Wi-Fi alarm system. Now this is a 2-year brand. So basically, if you want to configure this entire setup, you first need to download the 2-year mobile application. That is what is on the alarm panel case. So you first need to go to either Play Store or Apple Store to download your 2-year mobile application. So it's a Wi-Fi plus GSM. So before you can be able to do that, you have this 2 medium for you to be able to get the device online. It's either you use your internal Wi-Fi or you do that through a GSM mode. The GSM is basically you inserting a SIM card, a micro SIM card onto the device. Or if you don't have the SIM card, you can easily go with the Wi-Fi. So if you have the Wi-Fi in the house, you can set it up with the Wi-Fi or you can set it up with the GSM. So for the device to be able to come online, for the device to be able to send you SMS, or for the device to be able to call you on phone call, these are the 2 mediums. It's either you go by Wi-Fi or GSM mode. So I'm going to show you step by step a detailed explanation of these accessories, how they function and where to install them. So basically, these are our wireless sounder. This is purposely to send signals out of your domain to anybody that may be a third party, either your security man or whosoever, or even your neighbors, that there is an issue or there's a problem. So this is basically a sounder. And then this is our SOS button. So the SOS button is basically a remote that can be used to trigger the entire setup. So when there is an instance of theft or robbery cases, any sort of situation that you find yourself that you require external help, you can use this to trigger the external sounder to call for people or to call for help. And then we also have the PIR sensor. So this PIR sensor is basically a motion detector sensor, of which can trigger the entire alarm system when there's an intrusion. So when there's an intrusion, like a motion, somebody intruding a certain area that you don't expect anybody, then this will be able to do that for you. As soon as somebody intrudes the area, this will trigger the entire setup. And then we also have the door magnetic contact. This is the device. So this is responsible for triggering the entire setup So basically, we install this on either doors or windows. So in case somebody tries to open your window or your door, this will trigger the entire setup to trigger the external siren or the external sounder to call for external help or external support. So basically, these are the accessories that we'll be installing for today. There are other versions or there are other modes that you can also connect your internal cameras to it, of which you can monitor both the alarm setup and then the cameras. So there's another model that we are going to do for today. So I'm going to show you, okay, for you to be able to complete the entire configuration or the installation, you also need the main panel. So this is our panel of which we are going to use to bring on board all the devices. So I am going to show you step by step on how to add all of these sensors to the entire panel. So come, let me show you. So we are going to go ahead and then assign all of these detectors to the main panel. Now this is our panel. This is our GSM Alarm System panel. So we are going to go ahead and then assign all of these detectors to the panel. So we'll go ahead and then assign them. So the default password for this entire panel is 1 to 6. So go ahead and then enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then enter from here. So that will take you to the main menu. So this is our main menu where we have the remote, detectors, phone call, address, time, and then the settings. So we are going to go ahead and then assign them. So how do we assign them? You first need to determine whether this is a key remote, this is our detector, this is our detector. So you first need to identify which is remote, which one is detector. So all of these things are detectors except this. Now this, as you can see, as you all know, is a remote. So we'll go to remote, meaning that we are ready to add this remote. So once you go to remote, the number 1 list, the number 1 to 9 list of which you have on the screen, that is where you can be able to add this remote to. So you just go ahead and then enter. It will take you to where you can add, edit, or delete them. So go to add, and then you'll be asked to trigger an accessories. So this is remote, this is a remote. So just go ahead and then trigger. Once you trigger, it will register with a means of a radio frequency from the remote to the device, and then you'll be asked to save them. It is already saved. So go to remote 2, you come down to number 2, you go to enter, then you go to add. Then you'll be asked to trigger another accessory. So you can choose to press any of the knobs on the remote. Once you press, it will register also that on the panel, and then you go to enter, then that is also saved. So you go back to the detectors. So we are done with this one. So anytime you want to add detector or assign the detectors to the panel, you just need to identify their purpose. So go ahead and then add the detectors. So you go to detectors, then you go to enter, then that also will take you to a tall list where you can be able to assign any detector or the detectors available. So go to number 1, you just go to enter, then you go to add, then you'll be asked to trigger the detector. So I want to trigger this one. So let's go ahead and trigger the SOS button. It will also register it on the panel. That is what we have here. Then you press enter. That is also saved for now. You go to detector 2, you go to enter. So what detector do you want to add? This is our PIR, this is the motion sensor. So we also do that by adding it here. Then you'll be asked to trigger it. So what we'll do is that we just turn it. At the back you will see the off and on switch over there. So you just need to on it first in the first place. and that will on the motion sensor. So once you on it, you'll be asked to trigger it, or once you on it, it will trigger it by itself, and then that will be able to register it on the panel. Then you go to save. Because you are going to do multiple entry of this PIR sensors, once you are done with one, you just need to turn it off and then pick another, motion sensor. Then we go ahead to add this as well. This is our door and window magnetic contact. So what we'll do is that we'll also try and trigger this one. So how do we trigger this one? So how do we trigger this door and window magnetic contact? You first need to get a screwdriver, so that will be able to help you to open the seal at the back. Now this doesn't have the on and off button. All that you need to do is just to take the seal on the battery. Now this is preventing the battery to trigger or engage the battery to work on the device. So you just have to take this seal out. Once you take it out, it will allow the battery to connect to the device. So you see, now the device is on. So once you take the seal out and then you insert the battery back again, it will turn on the door magnetic contact. So you also be asked to trigger it. How do we trigger it? Once it comes in contact with this one, it will trigger it. So let's say I'm not going to add this one. I'm going to go back and then come back again, trigger. So how do you trigger it? You just bring this one to the main magnetic contact. Then it will trigger it and then register that on the system. So as you can see, it's being registered now. So let's go ahead and then save it. So now it's being saved. So that's how you are going to do that to all rest or all of them, the sensors or all the detectors. So basically this is how to add them. In the next step, I'm going to show you how you can be able to assign phone numbers to the system and then assign them to call the owner of the panel in case of emergency. Okay, so since we are done adding or assigning the sensors to the panel, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to add phone numbers to the entire panel so that the panel can be able to send you messages or call you via phone call. So how do we do that? You first need to assign phone numbers that will have access or that you want them to receive SMS or phone calls from this panel. So how do we do that? You just need to enter the default password. You can change the default password. So you just go ahead and enter 126, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you go to enter. So this is our enter button here. So you go to phone icon here. This is up and down, left and right button. So this is phone call. Then you go to enter. So as you can see, you have a tall list of telephone numbers that needs to be assigned to it. So you just go ahead and then enter. If you ask to add them, add. I'm going to use my phone number as a reference. So 02014888241. Once you do that, just enter OK. Now my number is registered. As you can see on it, my number is registered. So we are done with phone number 1. You can assign multiple phone numbers to it for it to be able to receive notifications or SMS from this panel. So go ahead, go to back. Now you can also decide to set the time. This is our time. You can do that. but then it is always easy with that on the mobile application. Once you synchronize the mobile application to this device, you'll be able to have full control over this device, and then assign any number, any sensor, any remote that you would want to do. Now this is more or less like a manual way, but then with the phone or the mobile application, you will have an easy access to all these setups. So you can also do that here. We'll not do that. So let's go to settings. What do you have at the settings section? The settings section is where we add the device to the mobile application. That will take you to another settings. You'll be asked to increase the volume. You can change the password here, the language, the number of times you want this device to call. So basically, if something happens or I want to trigger an alarm, once I use this to trigger the alarm, now this can be able to perform a magic that will allow this one to call the numbers being assigned to the panel. So you can go to Wi-Fi settings. This is where it will be able to allow you to add the device to the mobile application. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to add this device to the mobile application. So in the first place, aside assigning all the sensors to the entire setup, now this is a touch button for SOS. So in the place of this one, you can also touch or press here just to trigger an alarm. So this is quite simple and smart. So this is the same as what we have here. So in the next video, I'm going to show you step by step on how to configure the entire setup on the mobile application. See you in the next video.